Thea and Louise are two anarchists who have achieved great popularity on social network through a series of videos in which they prank and steal from the privileged rich. The girls hide their faces behind large emoticons, and that's the only reason why they are still not behind bars. Their next target is a movie crew preparing an advertisement for a new line of clothes of a famous brand in a remote country mansion. Our heroines want to infiltrate the site under the guise of catering service workers and play Robin Hood there. But on the spot they find only a suspiciously empty house and some strange and creepy video records. On the web pages of the British horror mockumentary Dagr on IMDb and Wikipedia you can find a mention that Empire magazine has included this horror film in its list of the best films of 2024, but that's not quite true. In fact, the movie was just included in a giant list of 111 potentially interesting projects of the year, about which you can tell a lot, say, by the fact that it includes as well the passable horror Night Swim, the cheesy remake of Mean Girls and the superhero flop Madam Web. Dagr is better than any of those abominations, but it's crucial not to rise expectations. The genre of mockumentary horror about found footage, which was shaped by the Blair Witch and became popular at the turn of the noughties and tens, pretty quickly showed all it could do and ran out of steam for creativity. In search of something new, horror makers tried to add humor and make it a big studio movies, but the best this genre could offer in the end are the same Blair Witch and individual short stories from the series of anthologies VHS, which, however, still heavily drew inspiration from the pioneers of this direction. Dagr is not trying to deceive anyone, its authors clearly understand that their film will not surprise anyone, and instead of somehow developing genre elements, emphasize their characters. Curiously enough, actors are listed as scriptwriters in addition to the 3 official writers of Dagr, because much of what the characters say in the movie was improvised on set. Interestingly, this is not a conscious artistic decision, but an attempt by the no-budget filmmakers to fit in the 9 days they were allotted for shooting by the owner of the mansion. There was no time to polish the script, so some scenes were born right during filming, which helped to achieve a kind of pleasant relaxed truth and to declare the 2 main characters as slightly tainted by media attention, but still charming girls, who in a way epitomize their generation, fixated on the leftist agenda and documenting their every move, as if it guarantees them protection from all the dangers and threats of this world. Among the other good finds of Dagr is director and screenwriter Matthew Butler-Hart's decision to fudge the timelines a bit, mixing up the stories of media anarchists and crew members so that they can be told in parallel. It's not that it gives the movie some cool plot twist, but it helps to keep the viewer's attention as long as necessary before people start dying one by one. The actual deaths, however, are not very impressive, but the authors have tried to get away with it here as well, betting on creepy sound effects, which help a lot with the lack of budget for visual effects, and druidic folklore, which has not been hackneyed in movies so far. As a result, Butler-Hart's movie is not particularly original, not particularly scary and not particularly breathtaking, but at least not boring, which in the framework of the genre, which by all accounts seems to have died a decade ago, can really be considered an achievement.